We're going on tour. This fall, we're bringing the live podcast show to 4 new cities. We're coming to Nashville, San Diego, Chicago, and Birmingham, Alabama. If you've ever wanted to see the live podcast in person, go to jesusinthestreet.org/tour and get your tickets. It's going to be a powerful night of worship, and the word that God is storing in my heart is going to be different and unique to each city we go to. So come out, jesusinthestreet.org/tour, get your tickets, and we'll see you in Nashville, San Diego, Chicago, and Birmingham this fall. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bryce Crawford podcast. I'm Bryce, and today we are on Proverbs 27 out of 31 chapters in Proverbs. Guys, if you want the free Bible plan, go to jesusinthestreet.org/Proverbs. Get it right now. Let's break it down. More nuggets of wisdom in Proverbs. Proverbs 1. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. How popular is that? How often do we see that throughout Scripture? It's in the human nature to be super confident about what the future days hold. But what Proverbs 27 verse 1 is telling us is that we should have a humble heart towards the future. Okay? Verse 2. Let another praise you and not your own mouth, a stranger and not your own lips. Verse 3. A stone is heavy and sand is weighty, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both. Verse 3 is talking about self-evident truths. Okay? It's in the nature of a stone to be heavy. It's in the nature of a lot of sand to be heavy. And when a fool expresses his anger, it's a really weighty deal, really big deal. Okay? So he's saying, give a warning to the one who's angry in his heart. Verse 4, wrath is cruel, anger is overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Verse 5, listen, to all my brothers and sisters out there, I want you guys to listen carefully to verses 5 and 6 right now. Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, profuse are the kisses of an enemy. Many are hesitant to rebuke others, to correct others. Many are hesitant to do it, but there's a time and place when a rebuke is the best alternative on what to do in a situation, okay? And there's this quote that says, a rebuke, kindly, considerately, and prayerfully administered, cements friendship rather than weakens it. I love that quote. Because there's a present time. A lot of people say, oh, well, the Bible tells us to judge righteously, so I got to rebuke every single aspect of man. No. God's not telling us to nitpick. If you feel like that there's a correction necessary, prayerfully consider it and do it kindly and gently, but call them higher. Love doesn't compromise. Love calls something out, but calls them higher, right? Pulls the gold out of someone and calls them higher. And then verse 6, what does it say? Faithful are the wounds of a friend. The mark of a true friend in your life is someone that is willing to wound you with loving correction. Someone that is willing to put your friendship on the line for the sake of truth. The correction might not feel good in the moment, but it will be an expression of the love and faithfulness of a true friend in your life. Don't surround yourself with people that are impressed by you. This is a reason why people fall to sin. It's because they surround themselves with people that are too impressed by them, so much so that they won't call people out when they're caught in sin or caught in a bunch of junk. Don't surround yourself with people that are impressed by you. We need iron that sharpens iron. We're going to read that later down. Verse 7. One who is full loathes honey, but to the one who is hungry, everything bitter is sweet. Like a bird that strays from his nest is a man who strays from his home. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his earnest counsel. Do not forsake your friend and your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a brother who is far away. Sometimes there's something powerful about the ministry of presence. We oftentimes say, hey man, when someone's going through it, we always try to speak. We always try to speak to the thing, speak to the suffering, speak to the confusion. But oftentimes you just being there, the love of God shining through you, is being the neighbor who is near. Verse 11, be wise, my son, and make my heart glad that I may answer him who reproaches me. The prudent see danger and hide themselves. The prudent don't run towards folly, but the simple go on and suffer it. Take a man's garment when he has put up security for a stranger, and hold it in pledge when he puts up security for an adulteress. This was back in that time period. If people had a debt, you could take their outer garment. We mentioned this in a previous proverb. You would take their outer garment as a debt holder, as a placeholder, right? So when I go to the gym and I want to use the ropes for the tricep machine or the close grip bar, I have to give them my car keys or my wallet and my ID as a placeholder for the thing I'm using so that I don't steal it, right? Verse 14, This is interesting. Whoever blesses his neighbor with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, will be counted as cursing. So this is speaking to an over-the-top blessing or greeter, because this instance in verse 14, whoever blesses his neighbor with a loud voice is implying that this blessing and greeting is meant as a tactic of manipulation and flattery, right? It's those people that just be doing the most. And so we could see this. The false prophets did this to both King Ahab and King Herod. This is not a good thing that verse 14 is telling us about. Verse 15, a continual dripping on a rainy day and a quarrelsome wife are alike. We've seen that before. To restrain her is to restrain the wind or to grasp oil in one's right hand. Verse 17, iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens another. A man can be used to sharpen his friend, but it might happen through a little bit of friction and sparks. And this is what I love. If you use any other substance to attempt to sharpen iron, it dulls the blade. In the same way, if you surround yourself with people that aren't chasing Jesus, you're actually going to become spiritually sick and your relationship with God is going to crumble. But if you surround yourself with people that have a voice in your life, those that are chasing the same goal, which is Jesus, then your blade will be sharpened. Your spiritual health will be rising because you'll be challenged and not surrounding yourself with people that are impressed by you. And you will begin to thrive in your relationship with Christ. Community is a beautiful thing. Verse 18, whoever tends to a fig tree will eat its fruit, and he who guards his master will be honored. The worker is worthy of his reward. It's unfair to keep the fruit of a man's labor from him. Verse 19, as in water, face reflects face, so the heart of a man reflects the man. Out of the mouth comes the abundance of the heart, the Gospels tell us, right? Our actions will testify that what we believe in is true. Verse 20, Sheol and Abaddon are never satisfied, and never satisfied are the eyes of a man. The crucible is for silver, and the furnace is for gold, and a man is tested by his praise. Crush a fool in a mortar with a pestle, along with a crushed grain, yet his folly will not depart from him. 20 through 22, we've seen before in the Proverbs. Sheol and Abaddon, a reference to hell. The crucible for silver, and the furnace for gold. Purification, right? Verses 23 through 27 to close us out. This is an interesting picture, okay? No, and we're going to summarize what he means in verses 23 through 27 to close out Proverbs 27. Know well the condition of your flocks, and give attention to your herds, for riches do not last forever, and does a crown endure to all nations? When the grass is gone, and new growth appears, and the vegetation of the mountains is gathered, the lambs will provide your clothing, and the goats the price of a field. There will be enough goat's milk for your food, for the food of your household, and maintenance for your girls. This is a hint to good stewardship of what God gives in your life. We should work hard to know the state and understand the state of what God has given us for us to steward and manage. Don't just turn your back on the small details of life. Like, God is in the intricacies and order of every aspect of your life. We don't get things and give them. God graciously gives things to us, and we get to give back what God has given to us. But the things that God has given to us, we should ask God for wisdom to steward correctly. Guys, I pray that Proverbs 27 was a blessing to your soul. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Proverbs chapter 28. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode. If you guys like it, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. Bless you guys, and see you guys next week for the next episode.